All right, you ready for the stage to get ripped up? So next we've got our lovely Naima McQueen. She's gonna do 2 to 3 pieces for you.
I was really trying to write a new piece for MiC Check, like the one one of the ones I did last time, but it wasn't working, so just bear with me. It's called Project Revolution. He wrote this poem that amazed me with metaphors, similes, and a workflow that penetrated my mind so deep that I couldn't think clearly. He called himself a revolutionary. He calls himself a revolutionary, resisting the institutionalized injustices of society. But real talk, y'all, I don't think he knows what revolution means, but only that it's trendy and that according to the definition of this now watered down term adopted by our generation, he can rock his poetry on his arm like a badge, so he fucks with it. And I, longing for a companion, a sort of linguistic type twin, allow myself to turn the other way, fall backwards for him, or something like that. And well, he pleased me. Wrapped my curls around his fingers, stroked my cheek, kissed my nose, he teased me. Whispered his dreams in my ears and pretended to confide in me his deepest fears. And I laughed in his face. Yeah! For y'all, they were written last year, so to me they sound kind of young. So this one is called I Love Him, and it's more so dedicated to poetry than any one person. So I'm talking about that head over heels, reach for the stars and memorize the lyrics to every love song ever made kind of love. He is the reason I wake up in the morning and my lullaby at night, and when he speaks the earth stops spinning, and when he kisses me my world melts beneath my feet. And these feelings I thought were impossible for me to feel become a possibility. He is my opposite, and most days he doesn't understand what I need or why for him to be romantic is so damn important to me. I mean, to be real, most people swear we shouldn't even be together, but neither of us have ever cared what the world thought. So the more they doubt and put us down, the more we strive to make this better, but I wish he could read the message in my words, how I've been trying to tell him that he is my real poetry. But my words don't get through to him. I can say I love you, but that doesn't even begin to explain it. I would give the world to make him smile because he is worth it. He is my opposite and sometimes my burden, but he is the best lesson that life has offered me yet. He is my faith in the rest of the world and the key to my happiness. He is my real poetry. He is the relief to my stress and the sweetness when my days are bitter, as they often are. He is my phenomenon simply because we've been down for so long, because honestly, I was never the monogamous type, more for friends with benefits and love affairs that only lasted one night, but he was about loving me. Something I wasn't used to experience because I never loved me. His touch still gives me chills, and I live to hear his voice, and although my mind had once screamed out no, my heart left me no choice. And I fell in love. Years have gone by, and this love has not faded but grown. I've matured, no longer scared to face the unknown, and he, although still hard-headed and sometimes mad dense, has loved me unconditionally for who I am. Even understanding and accepting my complications, I am nowhere near perfect, and Lord knows neither is he. But he and I complement each other perfectly because he is my real poetry. All right, last one, I promise. It's called I Can Feel It in the Air. So, I can feel it in the air. The heat of our passion is no longer the sensual warmth of a summer love, but a hailstorm of heartbreak. Your voice is laced with haze and dust, and your lies are suffocating me. Who is she? I thought to myself constantly, not that I ever really allowed myself to care. It was purely curiosity and not jealousy that kept me holding on to you. I wasn't praying for you to want me more, I just didn't know how to kick your ass to the curb at the time. And please, trust that my heart is breaking with every word that I'm saying, because I'm not done just yet. I still got a point to get at. I was so in love with your realness. The words you used to spit purified me in a way religion never did. The way your voice would wrap around my mind, the way your truth and my thoughts and our poetry would combine, giving me the most stimulating pleasure that our mindsets could create, allowing me to remain a virgin in reality and you to make love to me anyway. But now you've gone limp. simply reverberating ideas that don't belong to you. It's as if you've been robbed of the ability to think for yourself, too busy falling in love with bottles of Bacardi, a stack of 20 half-dressed bras with no respect for themselves, and a blonde head. And I refuse to allow you to make a fool out of me, so I'll admit it to myself. I've been blind to the truth. You were simply posing as independent. You were just a lemming, not caring if you march to your death so long as everyone else is doing it too. But I guess that's what makes it cool. Everyone else is doing it too. Being real is just a trend you felt like trying out, but the thug life is more appealing to you now, banging with fake gangs and dumb broads. That's what you're about these days. My words no longer match your beat. We don't share our thoughts and make sweet poetry. So you just keep on banging, and I'm going to continue to write, because after this last line, I'm erasing you from my life. Goodbye.